Hello everyone, it's Alice from Rock Paper Shotgun. I recently covered The Sims 4 Get Famous on the channel. It's my favourite Sims 4 DLC so far. Yes, it's just about the vacuous pursuit of shiny things in Hollywood, but anything to distract us from the incoming ecological apocalypse, right? Making the video got me thinking about the 8 billion DLC packs already available and which of them are actually vital. Okay, it's closer to 30 packs, but for the price of all those you could buy a real house. Some of you weren't happy with me calling Get Famous my favourite expansion yet. I'll admit, I was swayed by seeing my job and skills represented in The Sims and because it reminded me of the movies, which is a PC classic. The Sims means different things to different people, so do pick your essential DLC in the comments. I'll also say yes, most of The Sims 4 DLC pales in comparison to similar packs in previous iterations of The Sims, but this isn't a video about comparing Sims 4 to Sims 3 or Sims 2, but about making The Sims 4 the best it can be. DLC comes in many different flavours. In EA's own words, expansion packs expand your game and take your Sims on new adventures. Game packs are medium-sized packs that add new experiences to play in new thematic ways, and stuff packs are smaller packs that add more to your Sims' lives with fun objects and fashion. I'm honestly not entirely sold on these definitions, considering Jungle Adventure, which literally takes your Sim on a new adventure, is classified as a game pack. Although saying that, I would have been disappointed if it were an expansion pack because it felt so empty. It was more of a deforestation adventure given how little life was in it. But before I get too bogged down in my complaining, for our American viewers, we refer to toilets as bogs over here, which is why that joke is hilarious. I'm going to go through each type of DLC and let you know which ones give you a fuller Sims experience. Though again, happy to hear your suggestions in the comments. First things first, which little stuff packs are worth bothering with? They say the kitchen is the heart of the home, don't they? One sec, let me have a look at triteandcozycliches.com. Yes, they do. So it's obviously important to keep your heart both happy and healthy by buying lots of cupboards. Designing a kitchen in a house is always one of my favourite things to do. It's like building a zoo for food. Where should cabinets go? Does it need an island? What does my dream sink look like? Is it sad that I have a dream sink? This pack adds ice cream makers, new counters, a stove. It's a small pack, but it adds a lot if designing is important to you, or if you like virtual ice cream. Is Halloween your favourite time of the year? If your idea of a good time is dressing up and scaring the crap out of candy-hungry kids, then the Spooky Stuff Pack is for you. This came out way before Seasons was even a thing. In The Sims 4, that is. I know it existed in the games before and in real life, but it gives your Sims a pumpkin carving station and a candy bowl. Probably for the best they haven't made Dentist DLC yet. You can also throw a spooky party to show off the new dress-up options, and who wouldn't want to dress up as a pirate or fairy at every party they go to? And check out this spooky sofa! It's super cute! I am rubbish at bowling, as in one time I managed to get the ball in the gutter in the lane next to mine. I'm pretty sure I've been banned from the Bedford Mega Bowl. Luckily, you can't get banned from this bowling venue, which means I can finally wear one of those cool shirts you only ever see people wear in movies. Bowling is a fun way to pass time with your friends, even if you're shit at it. But your Sims can now level up their bowling skill, which has 5 tiers. So, from level 1, we'll call that the Alice, to level 5, aka the Big Lebowski. For a stuff pack, this is pretty full. You can build a bowling hangout with lanes and everything, so you can either attach a bowling alley to your local gym or make a whole new commercial lot from scratch. Then send your Sims there in their cool shirts. Is it wrong to be jealous of digital clothes? Now, I know what you're thinking. Really, Alice? A stuff pack about doing the laundry? And my answer is yes. This is an expansion that The Sims 4 made in collaboration with the community. And if I've not said it before, I love the Sims community and I love that EA recognises them. Yes, we've still not had spiral staircases, but at least we can clean the clothes we soak with tears because we don't have spiral staircases. What makes it so great? Before this stuff pack came out, I would download custom content that looked like washing machine and tumble dryers just so I could pretend to have a utility room attached to my kitchen. So imagine my excitement now there are washers and dryers that actually function. Absolute bliss. Not only does it add the electrical laundry items we all know and love, but it also adds an old-fashioned wash tub and the more eco-friendly way to dry, clotheslines. Your Sims can also rummage around in laundry baskets for loose change. Ka-ching! Now we're on to the slightly more fleshed out DLCs, the game packs. This was not very difficult to round down as I've not been blown away by them, but here are my top 3. Dine Out was the first game pack I bought for The Sims 4 because I felt the game was lacking a good restaurant mechanic. Maybe my tastes are niche, but I just want my Sims experience to mirror real life as much as possible. Okay, I don't own a restaurant in real life, but I spend enough time in them to give management a go. The exciting bit about this is taking your Sims to a proper full-blown restaurant and experiencing a proper date night. Minus the bit where your date makes you eat all the free bread so you're too full to order a starter and a dessert. And if you'd rather be on the other side of the restaurant, you can set the perfect menu, set your pricing, and hire and fire staff. Become a restaurant owner mogul or become a proper foodie. God, I love food. I know I just said I like realism, but I also like vampires. This pack is a bit of a letdown as its Sims 3 counterpart had many supernatural beings. Where are my fairies, wizards, werewolves, and witches? Yeah, you can dress up as them in the spooky stuff pack, but that's skin deep. Vampires is a decent game pack though, if you ask me, and I guess you are because you're watching this video. The new world that it comes with, Forgotten Hollow, is wonderful. Building a vampire's lair is the stuff of my wildest goth dreams. Of course, my spiderweb covered bedroom would look even better with a spiral staircase. This pack has been well thought out, with your vampire Sims having the ability to turn into a darker form of themselves when they do whatever vampires do. If you don't want people suspecting your vampire's a vampire, this helps with storytelling. Or maybe you just want to make them an even creepier version of themselves. You could also recreate one of the best films ever made if you wanted to. This is another one where mimic real life doesn't quite come through. Being a parent is so far down on my list of things to do, I don't think I've even written it down yet. I can barely keep these virtual goofballs alive, let alone a living, breathing one. However, Parenthood is great for a more realistic family. Adding stroppy teenagers, acne, and proper parent-child interactions is just what The Sims needs, if you like to give your Sims kids. You can discipline or encourage child behaviours, teach values, and leave an actual lasting impact on their future, which is just like real life. It's not quite as full as the other two are, but it does add a lot to storytelling and mechanics, which is why I think it's worth noting. I really struggled narrowing down the full expansion packs as they all bring good stuff to The Sims 4. Get Together brings social clubs and a lovely new town that is inspired by Germany and Norway, and City Living brings, well, city living. It brought a lot to The Sims, including themed festivals, apartments, and a new world with new careers. The only reason these two aren't in the final 4 is because I don't think they affect the whole Sims universe as much as the others. They're good, but apartment blocks only appear in one world and clubs are easy to avoid. On to the best 4 then. Get to Work was the first expansion in The Sims 4 to get rid of those bloody rabbit-holed jobs, meaning Sims no longer just disappear from their lot as you can now follow your Sims to work. In some careers, it brings doctors, detectives, and scientist careers that let you tag along to help them succeed at work, and it also gives you the possibility to create and customize your very own retail business. Pair this with Dine Out and your Sim could soon be a property tycoon. Next stop, the White House. EA should totally make that DLC, by the way. Get to Work also added the world of Magnolia Promenade and Alien Planet 6am, along with playable alien Sims. With the baking and photography skills, your Sim could open a bakery or even sell their photographs. It really does open a whole new avenue of options, and it was the first DLC I bought for The Sims 4. I mean, it was the first big expansion, but whatevs, it's great, okay? Cats and Dogs was a long-awaited expansion that seemed like it took forever to come out. It took over 3 years. My real-life kitten grew into a grumpy house cat in the time it took to release. Adding a new town, Brindleton Bay, and a new veterinary career and skill were all welcome and new things that we've not yet seen in previous iterations. But something was glaringly different. The rodents, the horses, and controllable pets, where are they? Well, the rodents came out a few months later in My First Pet Stuff. And yes, you're right, I haven't suggested that here because I was annoyed when I realised that furniture sets from Cats and Dogs were incomplete unless you went on to purchase My First Pet Stuff too. I get that EA love money, but come on. It's a reluctant recommendation then, and only because the Create a Pet tool is fab, and the way your Sims can interact with animals is brilliant too. Animals can be scared of things, have realistic animal-like traits, and can also wear eco little jumpers. So cute! This expansion gave me a lot of what I missed going from The Sims 3 to Sims 4, but it felt empty. You might argue that you can't control your pets because you can't in real life. And yeah, fair point. But you know what else you can't do in real life? Control your family members, set objects as people's heads, and make friends with the Grim Reaper. I rest my case. Seasons was one of the best Sims 3 expansions, so it's no surprise that it's also one of my favourite Sims 4 offerings. I just love being able to make my game feel more real, and this does it so effortlessly. Honestly, I'm surprised The Sims 4 didn't come with seasons or something like it from launch. But hey, the idea of someone holding back the seasons until you pay for them is like an evil plan from a Bond film. But EA are gonna EA, I guess. From the new gardening career to a new family calendar and everything in between, The Sims 4 Seasons is so nice. Chilly? Your Sims will wrap up warm. Raining? Your Sim will grab a brolly. Hot as heck? Your Sim has a whole different outfit for those summer days. Being able to ice skate, rollerblade and celebrate holidays properly, yes, even Halloween, is so good for storytelling and is subtle and unintrusive. Which isn't usually what you get from such a large expansion, but it works nonetheless. I won't badger on about Get Famous too much, as I covered it in great detail only the other day. Check out the on-screen link to hear my thoughts. But I do love its realisation of Hollywood, the new influencer career and media production skill that comes along with it, and the chance to relive the movies. As I've said it before, I've said it again, and I'll say it a third time. I loved that game. With so many new golden items that make me feel like I'm a member of the Habbo Club again, it's not hard to love the glitz and glam that comes with this pack. From the comments on the last video, it doesn't appear to be a fan favourite, but it's an Al favourite, and that's what matters. That's the thing. I just made it a thing. Have good celebrities, mean celebrities, celebrity criminals, or celebrity astronauts. Make your very own PewDiePie or Rock Paper Shotgun video team, or even Zoella if you really want to. The opportunities are endless. As long as you want to make a celebrity. Sure, it's not as full or as realised as Late Night, but that has been the trend with Sims 4 DLC. Maybe you can't stomach that and want nothing to do with any of it. Perfectly understandable. But in the context of Sims 4 expansions, this is heaving with content and things to do. And that's why I love it. Well, there we have it. My 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 favourite Sims 4 DLCs. Please do give me your rankings in the comments. I find it fascinating to see what other fans are up to. As I mentioned before, I play way too much of this game, so I'm happy to answer any questions you might have about the expansions mentioned, or even the ones I haven't. If you want to see more videos like this one, make sure you like this video and subscribe to Rock Paper Shotgun. Ring the bell if you want to stay up to date. And why not check out the other stuff we do on the channel? I'm currently doing a Let's Play of Divinity Original Sin 2 with the rest of the team, or you can hear my thoughts comparing 2 Point Hospital with Project Hospital. Thanks for watching and hope to see you soon.